Today, I want to tell you a story about how I almost scrapped one of my favorite videos I've ever made. Had an idea that I really liked, flew across the country, shot the whole thing, and then just didn't even start editing it because I didn't like how the footage turned out. Eventually, I did give that footage a chance and absolutely loved the result. And it's a little embarrassing, but I think this story is an anecdote that pretty much anyone who does anything creative can benefit from hearing. We're also going to do a bit of hiking and solo camping in freezing temperatures, which I predict will be a lot of fun, but also absolutely miserable. All right, so last summer, a few friends and I took a trip out to Montana. And I had this idea to make a video based around color. Montana's always struck me as like a very colorful state, so I wanted to make this video that would have a sequence based around each color. It would go red, orange, yellow, green. You get the idea. I loved this idea. It was creative, it was unique, and it was creatively challenging. I was just very excited to find a way to pull this idea off. The shoot definitely didn't go quite as planned. We were only in Montana for a few days, didn't get the most exciting weather. A lot of the trails we wanted to do were closed because of an aggressive grizzly bear that day. It was a whole thing. I didn't get the quality or the amount of footage that I was hoping for. So when I got home, I took one look at that footage. I said, yeah, this isn't gonna work. And I unfortunately scrapped it. I just gave up, threw it all away, said, maybe next time. Now, about 3, maybe 4 months later, I hit this point where I didn't have any particularly pressing projects at the time, and it was kind of that awkward in-between stage between fall and winter where there's no more leaves on the trees, but there's no snow yet, so I didn't really want to go out and shoot anything new around here. So I decided to give this project a try, just give this footage a chance, maybe start editing, see where I can go. A subpar video is better than no video, right? But then this weird thing happened where the more I got working on it, the better the video got, and I started to realize that this wasn't going to be a subpar video. I finished a cut, I liked it pretty well, I got into color and the video got better, and then it got better with visual effects, and then sound, and then a creative voiceover, and then by the end of it, I looked back and it was one of my favorite videos I'd ever made, and definitely my favorite from that year. Right off the bat, I had 2 questions, the first of which was just, how did I fix it? In short, I took the video in a different creative direction. Instead of my usual rugged, moody style, which obviously wasn't going to work for this footage, I decided to lean into something more casual and lighthearted. I almost wanted the video to feel like a national park postcard from like decades ago when the parks were more wild. Hence the film emulation and the old-timey voiceover style. It's a more abstract concept, but it just made more sense in this particular situation. And it's important to note that I'm not proud of this video in spite of the challenges. I'm proud of this video because of the challenges. Almost done setting up camp here, which means it's almost time to get cooking. I'm very much looking forward to that, and just so that I can continue to put food on the table, even in the middle of the woods, I want to go ahead and take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is ArtGrid. ArtGrid is a massive library of amazing footage shot by filmmakers all over the world, with new material added every single day. It's super simple. They have one license that covers everything: personal use, commercial use, your client's use of the footage. There's no limitations on the number of views or the audience size you can share that footage with, and you can even keep using that footage after you end your subscription. If you end your subscription. Probably don't do that. You won't want to. Within that one license, there are 3 plans based on the quality of footage that you can download. So for just $25 a month, you can download any of their footage in HD. For $40 a month, you can download it in 4K and even 8K. and for $50 a month, you can download it in log and sometimes even raw. I use stock footage all the time in my own videos, whether that's adding an overlay to one of my own shots, finding footage that I wouldn't be able to get myself, or even just filling in the gaps for something that I forgot to get on location. I'll probably be doing that in this video. This is a very fast-paced, hectic shoot, and I just can't get 100% of the shots that I need. So thanks again to Artgrift for sponsoring this video, and if you want to try it out for yourself, there will be a link in the description, and you can use that link to get an additional 2 months completely free. That being said, let's cook up some grub. And that second question was just like, how could this happen? You know, like, how could I not see the potential that this footage had? I think ultimately my expectations just clouded my vision. I wanted this moody, rugged video, and I didn't get moody, rugged footage. The footage was good, but not in the way that I had expected it to be good. And I was making, honestly, one of the biggest mistakes you can make as an artist, which is just failing to be adaptable. In hindsight, it's a little embarrassing. I was so into this idea, but then abandoned it the second things didn't go quite to plan. I think there's another factor too, which is that as you get better at whatever it is you do, your standard goes up. You want each project to be better than the last. And that's a double-edged sword. For one, it encourages you to keep learning and not get complacent with your work, but it also makes it harder to get excited by your craft. A few years ago, I would go out on a shoot and get everything, every single possible angle, regardless of what the weather was like. I was just happy to be doing what I enjoy doing. And now I'll go on a trip across the country or even across the world and sometimes not even take my camera out if the weather isn't exciting enough, if the conditions aren't good enough. I have to snap myself out of it and say, Aiden, dog, you did not come all the way out here just to not even try to make something. That being said, I'm turning in for a nice chilly night's sleep here, and I will get back to you in the morning. As an outdoor or travel creator, there are a lot of opportunities to shift the blame when your work doesn't meet your standard. The weather was bad, we didn't have the location to ourselves, the location wasn't what we expected. There are a lot of excuses to throw in the towel and quit halfway. I mean, hell, I even had second thoughts about shooting this video this week because the weather wasn't looking particularly promising. Sometimes we just need to be reminded that creating art is a process of continuously solving problems, and that you don't judge the quality of someone's artistry based on what they do when everything goes to plan, but rather based on what they do when it doesn't. So consider this video that reminder, as well as a reminder to sit back and ask yourself if you're using anything as an excuse to not move forward with one of your ideas or one of your projects. It happens to the best of us, so take this as an opportunity to go back and give it a try, revisit that project that you weren't feeling at the time. Maybe make something out of it, maybe don't, but at least give it a shot. It's worth it. All right, I'll see you in a couple weeks.